I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and I'm at a little pullover here. This is US Route 33, just west of Standardsville, Virginia. That's heading up to the top of the mountain at Swift Run Gap. There's my little red car. I'm gonna close it up, and I'm gonna go over here to the left and head down towards Swift Run and see if we can find the ruins of an old mill and some survey benchmarks and whatever else we can find along the Old Spotswood Trail. The elevation here is 1,400 feet. Well, I've been wandering around for a while looking for any trace of the old mill. This is Swift Run, and Route 33, where I came from, is over there. I crossed over this one little branch. There's an awful lot of undergrowth and stuff around here. I probably should have tried this a little earlier in the season. Things are starting to grow up now. But I'm going to see if I can get across the rest of Swift Run here and see if I can pick up the Old Spotswood Trail. It's supposed to be over there. That looks pretty overgrown too, but let me go over there and see what I can find. Well, I made it across Swift Run and crossed under this power line here. And this might be the old road right here. I know it doesn't look like it, but Swift Run's over there, and this is about where the old road is supposed to be. It looks like maybe it's turned itself into a drainage ditch over the last 90 years or so. So there's a dim trail where people have pushed their way up through here. So I'm going to follow this up the mountain just a little ways, see if we see anything interesting. I didn't see any stone foundations or anything from the mill. They could be over there though, I just couldn't see them. Everything's pretty overgrown here. In another month, this will be completely impassable. Half a mile into my hike, it's been very flat. Elevation here is 1430. That's the way I came from, and it's been pretty nasty hiking. Everything's overgrown, thorny bushes, and there's an inch or two of water. It's like a bog down through here. But anyway, I may go up that way, up on that hill a little ways, and just follow up that way for a ways. But right here looks like this might be the side of the old road. Right here, see this? Rocks piled up. I can't really tell from here which side of the rocks the road was on, but so I'm going to keep following this up. If it gets too crazy, I may turn left and go up there a little higher on that hill and follow that on up a ways. Okay, well now that's pretty interesting there, that pile of rocks. Maybe this is where one of the mills was, because look, down there's where I showed you those rocks that I thought might be reinforcing for the road. But it might have been a tail race for this for a mill right here. See, this is a pretty, that's probably 6 feet high right there, that pile of rocks. So I'll mark this on the on my GPS. Well, now I'm pushing myself a little further up higher on the mountain, and now I've got rocks piled up left and right. There's rocks to the left going up that way, the way I'm headed, and here's the rocks on the right side. So maybe it is rocks left and right, but this was an awful wide road, if that's what it was. I keep trying to push my way a little further up. This is pretty nasty hiking though. Yeah, I'm getting more and more convinced that this is I'm actually in the old road. There's the rock piles continue on that side, going down that way, and here's the rock piles on the left side. So if this was all cleared out, you'd see rocks left and right going down the mountain. I'm still heading up this way though. In about another 1/10 of a mile, the old map shows this crossing. Right now I'm on the south side of Swift Run, but I'm going to cross over up here and continue on to the north side. I got to think about how I'm going to get back. I'm going to either have to go up high on the hill over there and come back down, or possibly get up on US 33, but that's kind of dangerous. I don't know if I want to do that. I can hear it over there. Actually, I can see light reflecting off of cars. I don't know. We'll worry about that a little later. But yeah, this looks like this was the old road. Eight-tenths of a mile into my hike, I'm up to a 1470, very flat. Over there, straight ahead, that's the road making a turn to the right, which is going to take me across Swift Run. And it looks to me like somebody lived here. There's something shiny over there. I'll take a picture of that, and look at this. Look at these daffodils. They didn't plant themselves here. Somebody planted them. So I'll take a few stills if I see anything else interesting. Then it looks like I'm going to be crossing over on the north side of Swift Run. Okay, well I'm standing next to Swift Run, and look at this. That looks like part of a water wheel right there, the metal part. And then I'm guessing that there was spokes. Oh yeah, I can see wood in the slots where there was wooden beams jammed into those slots, which then would project out like the spokes on a wheel. So that was the hub of a water wheel, or it could have been the hub of a gear with wooden teeth. That's another possibility. Maybe somebody recognizes that. I see something shiny over there, probably another wash tub. And then I'm going to see if I can figure out where I'm going to have to cross back over Swift Run. Okay, well I think I found where the road crossed Swift Run. There's some rocks reinforcing the road, and it came from there. Up that way is that steel water wheel piece that I showed you, and it came down here, and there's a reinforcing, and it looks like it shot across. Swift Run's in two pieces right here, so it could have crossed from here over to the island, and then it could have gone from the island over there, you know, with a couple of reasonably short bridges. So I'm going to go up this way just a little bit and see if I can get across here. I'm crossing Swift Run right now. That's looking downstream, and there's the old road. Maybe you can see the rocks reinforcing the side of the road. And up there, Skyline Drive. Maybe you can see the glare off of the vehicles coming up and down. .2 miles into my hike, I'm up to 1,540 feet. Man, this has been some of the worst hiking conditions ever. This part here is fairly clear though. That's where I came from. Maybe you can see a little bit of a trail. And look at this. Actually part of a trail here, so I'm gonna keep on going. Okay, well I was hiking just up there a short distance. That metal rail up there, that's Skyline Drive, or US 33. But I was hiking up there, but then I saw this flatter zone down here. This looks like it could have been the road right here. So let's hike this for a while. Boy, this zone here's nice and cleared. That's the way I'm heading up the mountain. I can hear Swift Run over there a little ways. But look how cleared out this is compared to what I was hiking through. That's the way I came from. So once I got past my waypoint number 4, it started looking a lot like this. 1.8 miles into my hike, I'm up to 1,640 feet. That's where I came from. I dropped down into this flat zone here because I saw these flowers planted here. And they're planted next to a rock with a drill hole in it. That rock right there, maybe you can see it's got a drill hole in it. And over here is some rocks piled up, and over there too. So I'm going to drink some water, and I'll get some stills of the rock piles. I'm almost up to the benchmark. Here's Swift Run. That's the way I came from. That's the old road, Spotswood Trail, plus a power line, plus a gas pipeline. And up there, that metal rail, guardrail up there is US 33. .4 miles into my hike, I'm up to 1,770 feet. And according to my GPS, I'm within about 30 feet of where the survey benchmark should be. Now, if I was going to put a benchmark up here, I'm standing on a huge boulder. I'd put it right here on top of this boulder. So, but it's completely overgrown. So I'm going to poke around a little bit and see if I can see anything. Otherwise, I think I'm going to grab a little bit of water. I think I'm going to climb up to there. And that's Route 33. And maybe it's 2 lanes coming up. So maybe I'll cross over and face the oncoming traffic coming up the side of the mountain. Maybe I can walk back down that way, because going back this way is going to be really rough. So, but I'll look around a little bit on this huge boulder I'm standing on and see if I can find anything. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Swift Run Gap, 1997. And I hiked a stretch of the Old Spotswood Trail looking for the ruins of Lamb's Mill, It's also known as Dunn's Mill. It was a old water-powered mill built along Swift Run in 1836. Now this map shows, I drew in the old route in green. The red is the modern day current US 33 going up the side of the mountain towards Swift Run Gap. Okay, so that's the modern route. The old route I highlighted here in green. It's not actually shown on the map. This is the route of the Old Spotswood Trail. Now when it got up to here, it made a switchback and came up here to this, what they call Big Bend area, and then came on up to Swift Run Gap this way. So what I did was there's a little pullover zone here. It's not very big, but there is a pullover zone here with some gravel on the south side of Route 33. Just after you come inside the park, here's the park boundary, you'll see a sign that says this road goes through Shenandoah National Park. And you come up here, and when you get to the first, basically the first bridge on the left, you'll see it. So I parked there and then came on down this way looking for, I thought this might be where the mill was, either there or over here. Came down here, crossed over Swift Run until I was on the south side of it and looked for any evidence of the old mill. Didn't find any. I did find some rock piles. I'll show you those locations here in a minute. Continued as best as I could to follow the old road until I got up to here. Now this is where I found that large metal water wheel hub and daffodils planted, and then cross over Swift Run again to be on the north side. Picked up the road and followed it on up this way. Okay, until I finally got up to here. This says benchmark and the elevation 1,760 feet. Looked for that. Now there's a huge boulder there, which is where I think it's the benchmark is, but it's completely covered over. It's completely grown over with stuff. So I poked around a little bit, but didn't really find it. But I'm pretty sure that's where it is because it's a huge boulder. And if you were going to put a benchmark here, that's where you'd put it, is on top of the biggest rock you could find. Okay, after that, then I had to climb, and this is a really steep climb up here to Route 33, and then basically came back down to my car like that. Now let me show you the map from 1937. This is Elkton, 1937. Now this map is really hard to read because of the color scheme that they used, but this map shows the modern day Route 33, which is right here, okay, and see how it goes straight on up. And then it also shows right here, just below it, this is the old route. Here's where it crosses over Swift Run, and then it continues up. There's the benchmark, BM 1759, and then it makes a switch back here, comes up here to this Big Bend area, loops around like that, and then continues on up the side of the mountain up to the gap. Now there's where I parked, came down here, crossed over Swift Run. I wrote this in, rock pile is I found the first rock pile right about where that X is. And then right here, where I highlighted pink, that's where I found the water wheel, right there. And then this is on the north side. This homestead right there is where I found the rock with the drill hole and some daffodils planted next to it. And then up here, there's the benchmark shown with a triangle. Okay, and then you come up here and you can get on US 33. Okay, let's go back to the modern map. So I hiked a big loop, ended up being 3.8 miles, and you'll notice my speed's pretty slow. It was really rough hiking. Everything's really overgrown. Lots of thorny bushes and stuff like that. There was a good portion of it down here in the lower section that was real swampy and boggy right now. It's been raining here some. I thought most of the water would have drained off, but it's still pretty swampy and boggy right down in through here. Once you get a little higher up on the mountain up in here, then it dries out. Total ascent 548 feet. And that was the hike for today.